Hello, it's me again. We're having all kinds of problems with the camera today. So, there we go. My husband set it up for me so that I would have not the mirror image anymore. And there's some other things I think he set up too, but that's just like him. But see, isn't this exciting? You can read Dasani. Woo. Now, that doesn't mean I will always get it in front of the camera correctly, but yeah. Anyway, um, my good news is I did release some more pounds, but I only released 0.4, which I've done before, and just happy for whatever I can get. So I just have to say I don't begrudge a 0.4 release at all because I've been on other things and I've lost that in a week. So just because I wake up and it's only 0.4 pounds gone, then, whatever, I'm happy. If I, even if I have a gain, I've already psyched myself out, and I'll just say this, even if I have a gain, my attitude is whatever, they come, they go. I feel like HCG and God, they're just doing this miracle on my body, and all I'm supposed to do is obey the protocol. And so that's what I'm doing, and letting God deal with the results. And I think that's a good way to live life too, because life is too short to try to control things you have no control over. So I'm happy with what happens. I was listening to Mr. Ronan's mommy today, and she asked about what kind of HCG we take. So I wanted to say that I take the RX, the prescription HCG, which I ordered from Pharmacy Escrow, and it came in an envelope like this, and then inside was a little box like this, and then inside here like this were some vials, and this is my HCG vial, and I mix the HCG powder that's in there with some B12, there we go, still learning, and with some colloidal silver, which I use colloidal silver all the time. That's really normal to me. The B12, that's been a hard thing. I can barely get that stuff down. Whew, I do not like that taste. But very vitamin-y. Anyway, once I mix it, I put it in a thing like this, a colored bottle. I keep it in the refrigerator, nicely and tightly capped. And you can see, well, I don't know if you can see. You're not going to be able to see. I hardly have any left. It's down here. So what I take it with is this little dropper. I take 0.5 milliliters, and I have to wear my glasses in order to take it every morning, because otherwise I would not be able to read those itty bitty numbers. I don't think you guys can read them either. But yeah, so this is 1 milliliter dropper, and I take half of it, and I just pull it out and put it under my tongue, and I hold it there for well, I'm with Mama Clock on this one. I hold it there for about 15-20 minutes, because maybe people say you only have to hold it there for a minute or 5 minutes, but I don't care. I want every drop that I can get into my body. So so that's what I do. And whatever, if it gets broken down or whatever, it doesn't hurt me to do it. In fact, it's been quite the learning experience, because my experience with holding things in my mouth is bad. I'm very bad at that, and actually have an aversion to it, so I'm healed. So yeah, just like when I used to have to take medicine that I had to give to myself, administer to myself, that was shot. I got over my fear of needles. So you can do anything if you're really motivated. And that's true. And we know that because this very low calorie diet, even on HCG, is very difficult. It can be very difficult. And the things that I've learned to do, I've learned to distract myself. I've learned to make my food taste as good as possible. And for me, that just means a lot of salt. I'm still struggling eating chicken or fish. I have done it, but I still struggle to get it down. I don't know what it is, but it just is really bothering me. So for the most part, I do some type of steak, and I do the eggs. And I know they're not supposed to be done very often, but you know, if I were vegetarian, I might be using eggs, not vegan, but vegetarian, I might be using eggs for my protein anyway. And I'm just doing the best I can because I can't eat beef every time. And so also one thing I do is I cut up cucumbers long ways, like I cut a cucumber in half and then cut little 3-inch sticks, and I dip it in just my little custard cup, and I dip it in salt and pepper or whatever I put in there at the time. I like to do that with celery too, and put my Bragg's amino acids in there, or aminos, whatever it's called, and I dip my celery, and I really like that. It's the way I go Chinese sometimes. So so far it's working for me. I haven't had problems doing that. As far as my supplements and everything, I feel like they're all helping. The one that I don't take very much anymore is L-glutamine, and I still take it, but I used to take it, I think, 3 to 6 times a day, a little, maybe a quarter teaspoon or something, under my tongue, for hunger, to help ward off hunger, and that really helped. I'm not as hungry anymore. I still have some dizziness periodically, but I really think that's helped by the potassium, and I think it might be related to a candida issue because yesterday I came out with a rash. My neck and my chest, and backs of my arms, my back, my abdomen, and just, oh, itchy like fire, and thought I was going to die. And anyway, I ended up writing to the list and everything, and they said it's probably candida. Some people said maybe it's the B12, so taking that out. And also I took a detox bath, thought that that might help, although I'm not really sure how much it helped. I just know that after it, I felt like a piece of lead, a lead weight. And so, yeah. So anyway, that was weird. I got in bed, I could barely move. But good thing I was going to bed because that worked out really well. I'm learning how to adapt to whatever situation, and in some ways it's a lot harder than I thought, but in some ways, because I can do it and I'm figuring it out, and I think everybody has to figure it out their own way. Everybody's going to be different, and you just have to figure out how it's affecting you and how it's affecting your body. And I think when you do, you get into kind of a groove, and then it's just like when you have a brand new baby. Just when you get in a groove, something else happens, like maybe they don't take 2 naps anymore. So, you know, everything changes, and sorry for those of you who don't have babies, you don't know. But I just think that, you know, you got to just keep paying attention to your body. And I think that's one of the lessons. That's one of the lessons God wants me to learn. Listen to my body. Because I think for too long I've been ignoring my body. I thought I needed to take care of everyone else's body, but I wasn't concerned about my own. And now I'm doing it for me. I'm taking care of my body, um, and just paying attention. And there's a lot of lessons to learn. I've learned a lot of times when I think I'm hungry, I'm not actually hungry. I'm starving, but it's not hunger. It's because I just have this idea in my head of Chinese food, or um, some big cheesy something, pizza usually, ice cream and pizza, my favorites. Um, but then I look at my statistics here, and I realize that, you know what? This is my daily calendar, and every day I write my weight and how much I've lost and my total loss. And I just have to look at that sometimes, and I'm fine. Nothing can deter me from it when I look at that. This is my food journal, and I've been keeping it really faithfully, especially because one day I went over calories. That freaked me out because I didn't fill it in until the end of the day. So now I'm much better about that, and I write my food as I'm doing it, especially because I have to eat beef a lot. So, if I were to eat beef twice in one day, I couldn't lose, because I'd be over 500 calories a day every single day. So I have to do eggs, or the few times I can choke down chicken or fish, and I just try to do things with the chicken and fish, like really season it, and mix it with something. So anyway, I just want to encourage anybody that's a little discouraged. Mr. Ronan's mommy, you're one, and just encourage you. And also Mel, another YouTube friend, I just want to thank you for the reminder of how nice it is to just sometimes sit in the Pounds and Inches protocol and just read it and get it into your head, and it brings so much clarity. It really, really can help. And I recommend that for anybody that's struggling, wanting to know, well, what now? What do I do now? What about this? So many answers are in the protocol. And I find that by reading that, I'm not posting very many questions on the HCG Dieters group, and it's working out really, really much better, I think, well, than I thought. So here I am, day 15. I've been 2 weeks on it, and this past week especially has flown. I don't know where the time's gone. So I just know that anybody that, if you're struggling, you can do it. If you cheat, don't let that make you feel like you're totally off it. Go back. Like Dr. Simeon says, it could take like 3 days to catch back up. But at the same time, you're still on it, and you're still losing. You're still going to be losing pounds or inches, and get back on it for the 3 weeks. So it looks like my time's up, and I hope I wasn't boring. Just had so much to say. Oh, and thank you, Mel, for the chewing on the herbs for the bad breath tip. So spread that one around. So anyway, I will talk to you all tomorrow, I hope, and not try to fit so much into one day. So see ya.